Hey, welcome back to the Black and Rowdy Show. I'm your host, Black and Rowdy. Nice to see all of you. So this show is we're gonna be talking about New Year's resolutions. What are we looking for in 2021? And what's one positive of 2020? I know we've had multiple, a plethora of negative in 2020, right? So I want to kind of showcase and highlight the good that did happen out of 2020. So please introduce all of our guests. We have Rob, Will, Brian, Tanya, and Brittany. Everybody turn on your video and your audio. Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everybody?
Nice to see all of you. Thank you for joining, as
Hey.
always. So I'm gonna start off with the positive. So for 2020, for me, I think the positive was I've seen people come together that would not have came together, as far as the deaths of, so many people. But in particular, George Floyd, I've seen so many people, different races, come together and really rally behind this injustice. So that was a good thing to see. And it really helped me to see that humans are good. There are some elements of humans that is good. It's not all bad. Another one is the fact that I feel like I've really grown as a person. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I've had my close friends say, hey, I noticed that this is different about you now. You're not ready to cut people off. Like, you're kind of more like giving people more of the benefit of the doubt and this and that. That did not happen before. Like, I was quick to be, I was called a savage. I just let you go real quick. So yeah, so I feel like with those things, those are some good positive things that I can take away from 2020. Does anybody else want to chime in on at least one positive thing of 2020? Let's focus on the good right now.
I think peeky back rather. What you said earlier with the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and a lot of other people. Um, I feel like for better or for worse, there was more of an outrage, and it seems like people are finally fed up.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like um, that brick wall that we have been kind of screaming at for uh, decades
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, is it's starting to crack just a little bit. I am seeing a lot more political mobilization within a lot of various communities, especially within the Black community. I'm like, definitely encouraged uh, by that. Um, so there is, I could see in certain degrees that there is a silver lining, there's maybe a blessing in the storm,
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I think that's more positive, that's definitely an example of something tragic, but something that was initially tragic being turned into something triumphant, almost in a sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I like what you said about think it turned into it was a negative that turned into a positive. I think that's so true. Anyone else want to jump in?
I jump in.
Go
Hello,
ahead.
everyone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I would just start off with the. I would start off with the positive, like just like Mike said that I seen that people are being more woke and realizes that this system is completely screwed and it been like that for a long time and nothing haven't changed, and they just awakening up to realize that what we were saying is coming true, and that we was not playing around. We was telling the truth a long time ago. Just they was blind, that they think, oh, this doesn't matter, it won't happen with me, so it doesn't apply. But people are woke. People realize that this entire system is completely screw everyone. Like, like we lost jobs, we lost the economy, people are not the same no more, people lost their lives. We got COVID going on, and they realize that like this whole entire system needs to be completely destroyed and restored over again. But it's like it's the people that matter, and we can do a lot of things more than just sit around and don't say, oh, just allow everyone to just walk on us and say, oh, well, we voted and that's all that matters. No, we got to do more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing families and people are coming together more. Wow, it's a lot of negative, but I'm just trying to stay positive here. And I mean, the positive thing I would say, according to sports, I know this is off topic a little bit, but I guess the Knicks drafted Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin did his thing. He did his thing in preseason, but just a preseason game. But Obi Toppin, the Knicks got Obi Toppin. So that's a good
Yes,
point.
he did.
That's a
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to go off topic, but
to be fair, it's not off topic.
Yeah. You're off topic a little bit, I know.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in and say something else positive that happened in 2020?
Matter of fact, you know what?
Oh.
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let somebody else. I was gonna jump in. Kind of.
It's all good, Brian.
Yeah, I guess I would say. Yeah, I would say on a personal level, I saved a lot of money. Being single during the pandemic means that you're going to save a lot of money.
That's
Not
true.
I'm looking at my bank account. I'm like, oh, commas. This is cool. And,
wait, commas, plural? What you got?
Commas, plural. Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I was a millionaire.
Oh, okay.
So, Brian, I am very, very
One comma,
single.
one comma,
Just
maybe
FYI.
All right, Brian. Go ahead, finish. We're just hung up on the plural part. Go ahead.
But no, I'm gonna mess up some comments this year. No, I'm gonna fuck up some comments here. Also, I've been more spiritual. I've been more into my spirituality this year. Got closer to my family. On a more macro level, I would say a good thing about it is a lot of people I still don't think it's enough, but it's a good start. A lot of people got humbled this year. I was talking about this with my brother recently. As New Yorkers, as a New Yorker, I've been through a lot, but I noticed there's a lot of people in this country haven't really, everything is far away. 9/11 was far away. Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina was far away. You had the financial crisis, of course, but this is the first time basically since, I want to say World War II, that you had something that affected everybody in the globe. Everybody on the planet was affected by this. Everybody, by this pandemic. You can't talk to one person in this whole world that was not affected by this. And I think it humbled a lot of people. I think it humbled a lot of people, especially here in America, that we're not invincible. You're not invincible. And at some point, you're going to need other people to help you out. So don't be a dick. It's not about pulling up. Asking for your assistance doesn't make you a leech. It makes you human.
Yeah.
You can talk about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, but sometimes you can't do that. It's just not possible. A lot of people out here that are talking about all these people collecting public assistance. Yeah, as soon as the pandemic hit, they're like, give me. It's like, yeah, it's not cute when the shoes on the other foot. So I think that's a good thing. I think that people got humbled and realized that, like the way we do business is no longer viable anymore. And we need to sort of just rethink how we just do, not just forget about race and just in general, how we just operate as a society. This whole cutthroat, I'm gonna get mines, type of way of doing things didn't really work out this year. It did not work at all, So I think that was a good thing that a lot of people just sort of realized, were humbled and saying, all right, we got to sort of find a way to just coexist and stick together and come together. You know, it sounds cliche, but it's true.
Yeah, it's so
That's
true.
true.
That is so
It's
true.
very true.
Individualism does
I
not.
believe that 100%.
Yeah.
People got humbled for sure. You know, people lost their business. People lost. I mean,
That's what I was talking about.
you know, there's a lot of stuff that happened, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people called on the Lord and came to religion as a result of this whole year. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like for real. You know, people that never talked about God, we're starting to talk about God. We're starting to talk about, you know, this and that. Like so.
That's what.
Absolutely. So
That,
you know.
that's why I was saying, Kim, like families became closer and more united. Even my family, like it's just like what happened is in the midst of time and darkness. That's when we supposed to stick together no matter what. But unfortunately, it worked better when I guess when people go through a snowstorm and stuff.
Yeah. Tanya and Brittany, did you want to chime in? You don't have to. We can just move to the next one.
Well, they say there are no atheists in foxholes, and you know this is we're living that. But I was honestly gonna say some self-aggrandizing bullshit. Like I've learned how to be a better ally, but fuck that. I still have a very long way to go. And that's also something that I came to realize was I believe Rob was saying this. He was saying, you know, that you've been going through these struggles for such a long time, and for us that were not experiencing racial tensions and like saw the police as people to trust, and just kind of took the capitalist hierarchy for granted, the veil was lifted for us, and it didn't seem like a positive at the time because it's a rude awakening. It's a rude awakening when you realize that, how am I trying to say this? The world that benefited you is off. The system is rigged.
Yeah.
And no, it's not a pretty feeling to wake up and say, I need to do better, but it's an important thing. And that's where growth comes in. Yeah. And so I'm grateful for that. Not that it was a pleasant thing to go through by any stretch of the imagination, but it was important and it was necessary. So, and of course, nobody mentioned it, but I'm gonna just say the election. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God.
That is true.
That is very true. That is very true. I know what was gonna happen if this man won.
Yeah, man.
I would walk around. Like I remember 4 years ago, I was telling my brothers once he got nominated, I'm like, yo, if he gets nominated, he could win. And they all looked at me like I was crazy. And I told him, like, if he wins, he's probably going to get you're probably going to have to deal with 8 years of Trump, because I'm thinking I'm looking at how he won. He tapped into the underbelly, that racial animus that a lot of these maniac conservatives hold, and like he tapped into that. And that's something that people pretended like it wasn't there. It was really, you know, it was more, or I guess on the outskirts of American society. And like, you know, he was like, no, this is how a lot of people feel, you know? Yeah. So just to kind of go back, so yeah, like I was preparing for 8 years of Darth Cheeto, and I was I am very, very happy that this maniac is out of office. I do want to stress to people that Biden is a neoliberal. So like pretty much Biden is going to come off as a soft conservative. Yeah. But the only thing with Biden is that he's he has decor. You know, he's not a monster.
And he's
as
not
opposed to
and he's not
exactly.
Trump.
But
he
like
is
we
moderate.
still like
He's
He's
moderate.
going to listen to people.
right. He's
too.
moderate, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like my point is
He's
that
soft
we
more.
can't, you know, like
Yeah.
I guess maybe this is something for like 20, you know, kind of reflections for 2021. But like, you know, that's something that we can't keep our like we have to continue to apply pressure. We can't take our foot off the gas just because
Absolutely, yeah. I was
this
Hey,
maniac
Tim.
won, because you know what? He could always run again.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump.
Tim.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
could
He
always
already said
run
he's
again.
gonna run again.
So yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
Mike. Hey, Mike.
Oh, Mike's not here. That's Will.
Is y'all free?
I see. I've been a long time. But do you feel like you in a do everyone feel like they was in a Purge movie? Remember the Purge movie? You saw the Purge movie, right?
Oh, the Purge movie.
Yeah.
I knew it
didn't
was
feel
coming.
like
I felt like
it might
I felt
turn
like that
into
would be the next step. I felt like that would be the next step. Like if
Oh,
Trump
man.
if Trump got reelected, Purge is imminent. Like it was gonna happen. I told you that, Rob. Remember I said that?
Yeah.
I said that to you. But before we move on, like let's talk to Tanya. Tanya, do you have anything to add to the positivity?
Even though COVID did happen, it was a positive for those mothers that never had a chance to really spend time with their children. So, you know, and a lot of people got a chance to work from home, just things that they never had the chance to do. So that was a positive.
That's a good positive. I didn't think about that. That's true. Yeah. All right. So as we switch gears here, those were great positives. Now we want to talk about what do we look forward to in 21. New job, you know, relationship wise, like what are you looking forward to? What is something you're hoping for? Also, we'll tap into New Year's resolutions if you've already thought about them, or maybe you didn't make a resolution last year and you didn't accomplish it, whatever the case. So anybody can chime in with that one.
I'm hoping for a vaccine. That's my big wish for that's not a resolution. That's just like that's my big hope for 2021.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Likewise, and I think like people are taking that and running with it. As far as like the vaccine is like going to be administered apparently this month to the elderly and of course the essential workers like the doctors, the nurses, that kind of thing. And as I was walking down the street, I noticed a lot of people didn't have masks anymore. I noticed restaurants, like the doors are, you know, people were able to dine in. Nobody had a mask. Like I purposely looked in just to see, like, like how are they? Is it still gonna? No, nobody had masks. It was just kind of like.
Well, that's done anyways. No more indoor dining after Sunday. After tomorrow, no more indoor dining.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why people are doing it then.
Yeah.
Makes sense, but still, it's like you can wait. it's not that serious, but yeah. So that's something, you know, definitely to look forward to is a vaccine. Anyone else want to chime in?
I'd go. I first raised my hand, right? Anyway. But anyway,
do whatever you want, bro.
So my birthday is coming up. I'm a New Year's Eve baby, so I'm looking forward for that.
Okay, all right.
I still have plans to move out west. I really do want to move out west. My favorite state is Colorado. I mean, people who know me, even Kim knows, she know I like Colorado. But I don't know. The idea of me is just trying to find something new, have a new plan, you know, create income. I mean, working at home, sometimes it get very hectic. So I'll just say like create income, start a business if you can. But I want to get like my stuff back, like doing my music production, doing my DJing and you know, doing my podcasts like Kim do and stuff like that. I want to just get into it, just keep on creating and doing your thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I like traveling and like I used to enjoy that, but you know, COVID changed everything with that. So, you know, I just roll with the punches, but it's not like it's the expectations is just like last year. It's not that big expectations, you know.
Yeah. So your New Year's you have a New Year's resolution as well, or is it just?
Oh, is it? Is I would say obviously is to define yourself, get better. Don't get hooked up or fascinated. Don't go too high or too low in life, and stay positive and be ambitious, and be optimistic, and be with like-minded people. That's what I would say.
That's a good one. Yeah. I guess I'll chime in. I think for me, my New Year's resolution, I haven't really thought about it, but like as we're talking, I'm like, to be able to trust people more. I think that would be a great one to kind of overcome. That's always been a really big issue for me. Not necessarily like trust people to, the nth degree, just more than I usually do. Let's just put it like that. I think looking forward to 2021 for sure is the vaccine. Moving possibly overseas. I know Will's rolling his eyes. Brian too, because I've spoken to both of them about moving overseas.
Yeah. But Trump lost, so you're good. You can stay here, right?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
We slayed the dragon. We slayed
like,
the
what
dragon.
You should move.
Nah, man.
I just,
Trump
I always
what?
want to go back living overseas again, but like I said, I don't know. There's a lot to take into account, so don't go crazy yet, but just things to look forward to. Whether I'm moving overseas or moving into a new apartment, that's something to look forward to. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much about me. What about Tanya or anybody else want to chime in?
Well, first, it sounds like we might have to kidnap a certain person, make sure she doesn't leave.
Kidnap someone.
Grip on us. So I don't necessarily, because I never really do New Year's resolutions, but like I
agree.
This thing I always like to look back and see the things that like I should have done, and like, you know what, let's do it for this year. So yeah, I think there's certain things that I started for this year that I want to finish. So I started doing Muay Thai.
Okay, yeah.
So that's something that I actually like is actually interesting. Like this is really for like fitness, but it's actually something that's like, it's actually kind of, interesting. And I was doing this kind of like a lot of reading and apparently like things like that, it kind of helps with it. It really helps with people who have ADHD. So, because it kind of like requires you to concentrate. It requires you, like do various things. So that's something that
I have ADD too. That's why I just.
You do?
Oh,
I guess
cool.
we all do. I guess we all do.
Typical.
Rob,
No divergence.
Me,
Let's
Will,
go. Let's go.
And Rob too.
No divergence unite.
Yeah. Well, three of us. And three of us. Yeah.
Oh, are you too? All right, Rob. Okay. So yeah, what was I? Yeah. So actually, so Muay Thai. I definitely I want to like by like this time next year. I mean, like some like semi-proficient in it. And hopefully to actually kind of get back to my normal weight, because that's something else I need to drop like a few pounds. I'm looking crazy. But that's music.
Okay. You into music?
I'm a singer. Yeah, like I'm a singer. Okay. I always joke around like if music was a girl, like I'd be married with like 10 kids already. Like that's how much I love it. And that's something that's because of life.
You kind of like the performer more of. I'm more of the doing the production, doing the background stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we like I was going hard with it before I actually dropped an EP. I was like really I was really going after it. And like things kind of happened and I really fell back. And that was just something that, I was just kind of like really praying about, for a while. And, I was like, I got to get back into this.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I'm going to focus on next year. I'm actually going to start, well, not start, but I'm working on things now so like I could, actually start.
Yeah.
But that's I definitely want to like I want to get back to my first love.
Yeah.
And like somehow like I feel like I lost my way.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
It took me a minute for me to,
Yeah.
just to think about it. And like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like this is not making you happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing like the way my job right now, like it's a nice job, but it's not. This isn't what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that is that.
Okay.
I may have a book idea. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so Will, what I'm hearing is there's a lot of different things that you want to do in 2021. So it's a good thing.
Yes.
Now we can all hold you accountable and be like, yo, so what's going on with the music? Yo, what's going on with the book? Da da da.
Nah, yeah, I definitely I need that. I need that. And you know what else you could do? If you know any producers, you know any other singers, you know any other instrument players?
Singer, Rob is a producer.
You talking to me? You talking to me? I was talking about music production already.
Yeah.
I mean, I got music out there and stuff. So
I thought that we were recording an operatic version of the thong song. I thought that was.
We were like we can still do this. Like I'm down. Like,
all right.
Like let's go. We can do this tomorrow.
Yes.
I got the beats. I got the beats. I got stuff array here. I just need to get all my old stuff. Yeah. But I've been doing music production for a long time.
So Robbie, I'm getting sunshine.
I'm a DJ, so I'm into all that.
So both of you can talk more about that.
I didn't know you was into music.
Will and Rob absolutely can talk about that another time. Right now, we're trying to like stay focused on the topic.
I'm just saying, like
it's cool because we're bringing people together. It's a good thing, right? Anyone else want to chime in about the New Year's resolution or
listen to the teacher?
Yeah. I don't really do resolutions. I'm like Will, although good job with the networking. But one thing I am looking forward to is just cautiously looking forward to it is New York City coming back, or at least starting to come back. I don't think it's gonna fully come back until maybe a few years from now, unfortunately. This is, I'm back at the office now part-time. I'm back in Lower Manhattan, and it's kind of sad walking around. It's like, this isn't New York City, man. Like, this is like a shell of it. Vaccine, I guess, I hope it works. I don't really need it. I have antibodies. I'm like Wolverine. I could heal. But as far as resolutions, I mean, things that, not really resolutions, like, I need to do X, Y, and Z, but there's certain things that I want to try. I want to try to be less judgmental. I've been told that I'm judgmental. So I'm going to try to be less that. That's really hard. That's very hard for me because I was the type of guy that was raised with, you did something stupid, people was going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you just did something stupid. So I'm going to try to be more positive and judgmental towards people, less judgmental towards people. And, maybe looking forward to traveling and things like that, just try to get back to some sense of normal. Looking forward to talking to people again. And I mean, just like regular talking, like, and not to say that obviously the topics that we talk about here are very important and you should never put them to the side. But I forgot what it was like to have a normal conversation with somebody about just normal shit. you know, where you don't have to like have facts and an opinion and a view. And it's just, I forgot what it's like to shoot the shit with somebody, you know, and I look forward to getting back to that. No, I
Talk
mean,
about
just,
sports.
you
No,
can't
you have
even
a
bring
point.
everything you,
Yeah.
what happened?
No. I said we're laughing because you have a point. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, you can't talk about anything with anybody anymore without it turning into discussion or debate. And even with people I agree with, I go through this. It's like you know, I was debating with some, having a discussion with somebody, like an argument, and we were agreeing on something, and we're still arguing. I'm like, how does that even happen? So I look forward to that. Hopefully, once this pandemic subsides a little bit, people could just start like, you know, like interacting like actual human beings and not like we're on like on a CNN talk show, you know, like that would be nice for once, you know, at least every now and then. Obviously, you know, you still need to have these conversations, you know, like, no, seriously, every day of my life is like, I feel like I'm like on a situation with Blitzer, like it's ridiculous, but
Yeah.
it's still important to have the conversations, but I think it's kind of place for everything. And I hope that, you know,
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's Blitzer?
Definitely.
I hope that it goes back to more of a, like a normal social setting, but who knows?
Yeah.
Everything became intense now, 2020.
That's true. That's true. Anyone else? Tanya, you want to chime in and say something, or you don't have to?
You know, mostly all I say is very short. I'm just glad that, you know, that this year's going to pass by and we get to start a new year. But I look forward to traveling. That's what I want to do. Just want to travel.
Yeah.
Get out of Texas for a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
That's it.
Looking forward to traveling and looking forward to seeing what the Biden Harris administration's going to do. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're actually going to do, right? And not what they're going to say, what they're actually going to do. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm being hopeful and positive about that. So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, this has been great. This has been a great talk. I think talking about the positive of 2020 is important, and using what negative did happen and turning it into the positive that we want to really propel in 2021, right? So that's how I look at it, and I hope our viewers can kind of do the same and not see 2020 as a terrible year, which it was bad, but also look at the positive of what 2020 did bring about, and we already kind of tapped into that, as you know. And then also looking forward to 2021, figuring out what things we want to do and what goals we do want to achieve and stuff. So yeah, thank you all for coming on the show, and we'll see you next time. Bye.